Hello YouTube, this is the Tabletop Simulator Age of Sigmar guide. My name is Faye and I'm going to be helping you and your friends get into the Tabletop Simulator so you can play Warhammer Age of Sigmar with your friends, practice armies, have fun. So let's go ahead and get this started right away. So you're going to need two things. First is going to be the models and second is going to be the tabletop. So for right here we have the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormvault. A simple Google search will land you here. I'll have the link in the description if you for those that do need it. And it has its YouTube guide, but I'm going to be showing you here really quick. So once you have it in your the zip in your downloads folder, you're going to be copying the Stormvault main. You're going to be going to My Documents, My Games, Tabletop Simulator, and Saves, and you'll be pasting it here. If you do not see your Tabletop Simulator and you just downloaded it, go ahead and close out of your Tabletop Simulator and relaunch it, and that should put your Tabletop Simulator right there, so you can put the Stormvault file right there. Next we'll be getting the tabletop itself. So from your Steam profile, you're going to be going to Community and head to Workshops. And from the workshop and the Browse All Workshops, you're going to look up Tabletop Simulator. And inside Tabletop Simulator, you're going to look up Age of Sigmar 3.0. And you'll be selecting the very first one by Dino K. You'll know that has the 5 stars, and all you have to do from there is just hit this subscribe button, and you'll be set to play. So from there, I'll be showing you how the Tabletop Simulator works. So once you've launched Tabletop Simulator, so I'll show you right quick on how to build and assemble your first army. So to get to where your army is, you're going to hit save and load. You're going to go to the Stormvault main. You're going to pick your Grand Alliance. I'm going to choose Destruction and Orok Warclans. You're going to be loading it. Most of these models are going to be the war schools themselves are going to be pulled from the Wahapedia site. Some of these you can find them the actual Wahas from the Waha site war scroll right underneath most of these. But from here you can see you have the unique named characters, the commander, the sub-commander, the troops, the artillery, the monsters, and your endless spells if you have any down here. And all you have to do is click. You don't have to pull them into the assembly area. And let's just say this is going to be the army. From here I'm just going to click and drag, right click, and you hit save object. Mega Boss on Mod Crusher we're going to hit save. And to spawn that army, you're going to hit the objects, go to saved objects, Mega Boss on Mod Crusher, and all you have to do is just left click, and there it is, ready for play. Now going into the actual tabletop itself. So you'll hit games, and under the blue workshops you'll see Age of Sigmar 3.0. Alright, here's the table. And I'll be working from this way to this way. So starting over here, we have the auras. So I'm going to bring up my own army that I have some auras already prepped, and some that do need it. So for instance, starting off, you have the new way of doing the aura indicator and the old way. The old way uses the description tab to forward set aura, and you can toggle that on and off if you like that way. Or if you just want the aura always on, you can use the new way itself. So I'm going to be showing you the new way. From here you have the base sizes. So what's interesting about the ovals that I found is this model is 120 by 92. However, if you try putting in 120 by 92, yep, and we'll just keep everything as is, just for an example, you see that the aura is sideways as compared to just what I had before. So it's a simple fix of reversing the numbers that you have down there, and they'll fix themselves. So all you have to do is find the base size. The size is the size of the aura, so the venom is going to be 12, or whatever you have is for 16. Then you can name the aura, select your color, and then hit add areas, and you're ready to go. For the classic way, all that you have to do is figure out the base size. So the Swamp Collar Shaman is 40 by 40. So just to keep it simple, I'm going to copy from here. And the size is going to be 12 for how far he can give his ability out. And I'm going to just copy all of this, paste it here, just drop here and attach, and it can give out that is the exact same aura. Next we have this little dice roller. Not a lot of people use it, but if you want, you can. All it is you put the dice in here, and let's say you have to roll higher than 4. And from here you can add the amount of dice that you'll see at the bottom. We'll just say 10, and then hit the button right here, and it'll roll 10 dice. So to find out how many are successes, instead of just looking right here, in the bottom left you see I have 7 successes and 3 fails. Pretty good roll. So if you wish to use that way, you can. As for the die roller itself that most people use, you have the 1, 2, 5, 6, and 25 d6s to add. You also have your choices of colors, and you see custom dice, but we'll get to that in a second from over there. So let's delete that and say I have to roll 10 dice. Alright, there we go. So starting with this white row, you can select with the left mouse button the certain row, or if you right click, you can select for everything from there and up. And same thing for this row, except for it's deleting. You can left click to delete one row, or right click to delete everything. You can also see what you rolled in the last roll or the last 5 rolls. Also, right above the dice roller, you see that you have your armies. Some of the army's resources are things that they keep track of, such as Aether Gold, Aether Quartz, or the new Nurgle's Plague. You also have counters, you have wounds, you have here to see how many a battle shot counter, if you've used Metamorphosis to make a monster, or if that unit has an Arcane Bolt ready. You also have these little tabs, yeah, that if you click and drag, you can see if you have for reminder to +1 hit, or if you have +1 to attack, or if you have the minus, you can press the F button and flip them over. You also have your heroic leaderships, willpowers. If a unit's been roared, a unit's ready for the Titanic duel, everything will be ready there. You have your way to keep your command points by left click or right click. And if you have faction abilities or faction points such as a chaos summoning, you can use this to keep track. You have some command ability cards and battle tactic cards. And you have the whole core rulebooks right over here. And some friendly Age of Sigmar reference sheets that a little bit out of date, so make sure that you're using the most recent ones, the most recent FAQs. Before I go any further, here is the Age of Sigmar score sheet. So starting off, how I have the Auric War Clans over there, I can left click over here, go to Auric War Clans, and not only do I get the basic ones, I also get the ones from Auric War Clans, such as In and Out Lads. Auric War Clans, Maggotkin of Nurgle, Sons of Behemoth, Slaves to Darkness, Seraphon, Cities, so on and so forth. And from the battle tactics, you can use this to keep track of which battle tactics you have. If you scored 1, 2, or more, if you scored your battle tactic, scored it with a monster, or slain a monster, some of them you may have to keep track manually, so you can come down here and add and subtract yourself. Now for the battle plans themselves, they'll be located right here. I'm going to just hit quick shuffle for, okay, marking territory. So you have the objectives marked on the map, but to get your territory set up, you're going to come up here to the deployment zones. You're going to go to state, and marking territory is 1 of 13. So we'll also make that 1 of 13, and I'll set up your deployment zones. You also have a grid and rulers overlay for you to help keep track of stuff. And a certain one right here, the Vice. Let's see. Power and numbers. No, wait. The Vice, number 8. So you have the Vice right here, but for the Vice, when it comes to it, you have this little state right here. So battle round 1, you have the markers right over here. Battle rounds through 2 and 3, you can select the third state and it'll move them up. And exact same thing with the 4 through 5, you have the last and final one. If an objective calls for a seismic, if a battle tactic has seismic shift, you can copy and paste over here, and you'll know that objective is no longer valid. Over here, this is where you can find your endless spells. So all you have to do is right click and hit search, and you'll see stuff such as the shards and the soul screen bridge from the Forbidden Power. Or if you go over here to the sorcery, you see the popular Emerald Life Swarm, the endless Umbral Spell Portal, and such as others. Now for the custom dice, what I recommend is sometimes that these will get deleted. So copy, paste, few, just to keep them out of the way. So all you have to do for custom dice is place them right here, hit custom dice, and every dice that'll come up will be the what you are using for your army. So there we go. Very good roll. Alright. So we also have some preset terrains that you can pick from, or you can use the official scenery yourself. So I'm going to just use a preset, And there it is. It's changed the battle mat, and you have your terrain features up. As for the competitive folks, if you want to use scenery rules, you have all these scenery rules right here. What I recommend is just copy and paste on where you can easily keep track. I'll just do these for now. And what makes it easy is you left click and drag. You can right click or just hit R to shuffle them all. And these will be shuffled to different scenery rules. So you can use that for competitive purposes and faster. We went over the terrain. Here's some loose scenery if you want to build your own little, for those that are using Paths to Glory, if you want to use your own little, build your own little maps, you can come in here and select and drag out and build your own little map. Some of the last things, there's the tabletop wood and tabletop leather if you want to change those. So for instance, you'll be coming here to hit color tint, and let's just make it bright green for whatever reason, and it changes the outer side. Same thing will apply to leather, but usually that'll be a little bit darker, even if I were to make it bright red. The lightsaber up here, all it does is adds a little light fixtures to the terrain and the rest of the board itself. If you want it to go back to normal, just hit default. Don't worry about the X's over here. And from there, going in, some of the tools that you'll be using most over here is the F1 button, which is what I use to pick up and drag stuff around. You also have the F2, which you can use to draw lines or draw on the board. And the most important one is the F4, which is your ruler. Your ruler can be in set and free mode or in auto mode. I prefer free mode. So you can click and drag to see how far you have stuff is from your base models. As for the auto, it automatically clicks from the center of it, and you can drag it to another model to see that that's saying 7.6. Though it does go a little bit over, so if I were to go to free, I'd probably say that'd be 7.5, 7.4. Since Age of Sigmar is a game of millimeters, I'm pretty sure you can understand. And that's pretty much it. All you have to do is go into objects, saved objects, bring out your armies, open all these, accept all these, and you're pretty much ready for play. You can start your roll-offs and go to war on each other. May the best man win. And thank you very much for viewing this. I hope you have a good day and good luck in your games. Goodbye.